Hey friends, welcome to the channel. My name's Betty. We've had a busy week this week. I'm not going to lie, it was a rough start at the beginning of the week. I was on the struggle bus for sure. I was feeling very unmotivated. I think Chris had gone to play golf and I just vegged all day, but I think that's because we had had company the last couple of weeks and I was just needing some downtime. But we did manage to get some things done. I managed to get up off the couch. We've had a busy week in the garden. We canned some tomatoes. We canned some pickled okra. Today we made pesto. I'll show you that. But I was watching back at some prior videos and I just am shocked how much the garden has grown in a month. It's hard to remember. Like one of the first videos I made, there was hardly anything in it, and now it's just exploded. It's exploded. I think this week we're going to pick the carrots, so I'll bring you along for that. Aside from working in the garden, we managed to have a trip over to the lake to see my sister and her family, so that was very nice. My niece was there with her little boy. He is 3 months old now. He was born, I think, 8 weeks early. So he's tiny, tiny little thing, but he is so sweet. So I'm glad we got to see them. And what else? Oh, we had some wildlife stop by this week. Chris and I had gone out to work. We were going to go down the stairs, and lo and behold, there's a mom, a dad, and a baby fox. So we didn't want to disturb them. Well, the parents ran off, left the baby. We could hear him crying down there, and I think it was about 30 minutes later they came back to get him. Well, at least the mom came back to get him, and I managed to get some video footage of that. So I'll show you that. Then we had a groundhog, or a woodchuck, whatever you want to call him. He made an appearance, and the goats were unfazed by the groundhog, but Lucy was very intrigued by the baby fox and the mom. She spent a little while watching them. They had a little staring contest. It was cute. But yeah, just gardening this week. That's about all we did. Some downtime, some gardening. Excited next week to harvest those carrots. We did pick two, and I know that they're ready. So can't wait to process those and freeze them. Our freezer is filling up. It is, but that's a good problem to have. So yeah, let me just show you what we've been up to. Okay, are you ready to can some tomatoes?
Yes. Sorry.
We're gonna can diced tomatoes and whole cherry tomatoes. So, you're the chopper.
I'm the chopper. Get to the chopper. Little medium ones.
Yeah.
I really are like children.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, he's not gonna wait for you. Show me your haul. Look at the carrot, guys. We grew a real carrot. Tomorrow, we're going to harvest all the carrots, I think.
Got green beans, okra, zucchini, and one large carrot. Or medium-sized
And the
carrot.
goats ate the carrot top.
Yeah, and the
That
goats
was
got the carrot tops.
That was a success.
They
Although
like that.
Mr. T did eat a little baby carrot, and he liked it. Mm-hmm.
We grew food.
Oh, and here's our efforts for canning earlier. 2 jars of pickled okra and 5 jars of tomatoes. Exciting stuff. Hi, goats. Hi. What are you doing? Hi, Mr. T. Hello, baby. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Lucy. Hi, sweet girl. Hi, T. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? You heard that gate open. Hi, Ruby. What you doing, T? Where are you going? We were trying to come out to work, and we spooked this mama fox and the daddy, and they ran away and left the baby. She's finally come back to get the baby. Apparently they're living under the stairs, which is not good for us. But Lucy is very intrigued. They're having a staring contest. The other goats could care less. Maybe this time the baby will go with her. I came outside to look for the fox, but now I see a groundhog. I don't know if you can see it. It's just to the left of Kevin, to the left of that little tree stump on the rock. I'm not really sure where the goats are at this point. clearly not down there. Look at Lucy, standing on the stairs to get the branches she can't reach from the ground. And T's trying to get it from the outside. Oh, here comes Ruby. Is he gonna get in on it? Okay, Chris is making pesto. We have 6 cups of fresh basil. So I think we're gonna get 3 batches of pesto. So okay, I've got the finished product of the pesto we made. I like to freeze stuff in these little containers. Little brick of pesto. That was about 6 cups of basil that we harvested. And we got 3 servings there. So that's 3 meals for Chris and I of pesto that we can just put on tortellini. So that's exciting. I think we have enough basil to harvest it one more time before it's done. So maybe we'll get 3 more. And that ought to last us a while because we don't eat pesto but like once a month. Good morning, guys. It's time to pick the garden and fertilize the garden. Got my basket. Pretty neat wooden basket. I'm not sure if we got this from Chris's mom or his dad. But nonetheless, we use it to pick our vegetables. We outgrown the bowl that we were using because we're getting so much. So I'm going to get to work picking. If I find anything interesting, I'll show you. I don't know if y'all remember, but way back when we started the garden, I talked about companion planting and how I put green beans in the middle of the tomatoes. That's what I got out of just those. But it's taught me something. The green beans need to be on the outside of the tomatoes. The biggest plants need to be in the middle because it is like a forest digging through there. I don't know what's going to be hidden in there. So yeah, next year, note to self, plant the green beans on the outside. Can you see that? That's all the tomatoes from today. We're getting that every day. So I think this week we're going to be making salsa. Oh, found some pokeweed growing in the green beans. You can tell it's pokeweed because it's red. So I picked it. I'm going to feed it to the goats. Oh, Okay, guys, I got a little bit of everything. Okra, squash, zucchini, tomatoes, green beans. This should tell anybody who wants to grow a garden. You don't need a lot of space to grow enough food. You just don't. If you're smart about planting, you can grow in abundance. And you can tell it's starting to get hot because the squash and zucchini and the okra is really starting to take off. So that's very exciting. I'm going to go ahead and fertilize the garden now. Hello, Lucy. Hello, Lucy. I'm going to lock this gate. I am. You're not going to escape. No, ma'am. We've had to start double locking the goat's gate because somehow they figured out how to open the latch. Mr. T has gotten out and Lucy. So, yeah, now we have a chain and a latch. I'm using this Miracle Grow granular fertilizer. It's not my first choice, but I accidentally bought the refill stuff for this instead of the granular that you just sprinkle on. This is the kind you have to mix with water. So I had to go back and buy the container for it to go in so as not to waste all that. I was using the little 2-gallon watering can. No, this is the better way. I just found another tragedy. We lost another apple. This is the first year that tree has had apples on it, so I don't know what to expect. Maybe we were supposed to pinch off all the flowers and let the tree get bigger. Maybe by the end of it we'll have one apple. But this one's going to go over into the woods for the animals. I'm getting way better at throwing stuff over there. Let me show you what I found. Okay. Some of the onions have started to go to flower. We decided we would let a few do that so that we could harvest the seeds. There's some bugs on it. Not sure what those are, but look at this. This bumblebee is really working on the watermelon. And there is a baby watermelon in here. There. I gotta get my clippers and trim this marigold and feed it to the goats because it is just shading everything. And it's gotten way out of hand. There's a few more little watermelon plants. But do y'all see the squash here? It's starting to trail over outside the bed. And I'm okay with that. I can walk around it. We got a lot more squash and zucchini coming. And peppers. Peppers are starting to turn. There's 2 pumpkin plants in here. Probably again, I'll have to trim up these marigolds. We have some wild ones. Look how big the okra has gotten. Getting up there the size of the sunflowers. Not going to be long. And the green beans, y'all, they just keep on giving. This is the best green beans we've ever raised. By now, disease would have taken over, and I think it's the wind here on the mountain just helping to keep them blowing. Seems to be the key. But look, do you see the mammoth sunflower? Look how tall. I see a bee on it. That's the kind that produces seeds. So maybe we'll get some sunflower seeds out of it. We do have one more of those. I don't know if you can see it because the tree's in the background. Let's see. Right here next to the onions. It's not got a flower on it yet. But This week, y'all, this week we're pulling the carrots. I'm going to bring you along. They are ready. They are ready to go. We do have a second planting at the end of the bed, and we looked at the dates, and they have about 1 month, one more month. They're about a month behind. They're a little shorter than all of these. Tomatoes, tomatoes. All kinds of tomatoes in there. And these zinnias that I planted, starting to have a couple more flowers. I'm going to try to save some seeds, because they're a real pretty pink and green, but there's many more coming. And the strawberries, they're getting bigger. I saw a couple of flowers over there, so I'm not sure if we're going to get any more strawberries, but we'll see. So what do y'all think? Do you like the videos that I'm giving you, the content, the garden update, the goats? Tell me. I like doing the garden update just because I'm one of those people that likes to document things and see how it's grown. I used to do that with our house. Every year I'd take a picture, the same picture from the back patio to see how everything had grown. But the garden, this is really helpful because next year I'll be able to look back. And I've also taken a lot of notes on what I did. So I'll be able to look back though and see what grew where, how well did it grow, what do I need to change. For instance, I know now, note to self, I'm not planting the sunflowers in the garden. Next year I'm going to plant them on the outside of the garden, outside the fence, because they do have big roots. They attract a lot of bumblebees, which I'm okay with sharing the garden with bumblebees, but you know, apparently I get in their way when I'm picking vegetables, so I don't want to do that. But yeah, let me know. Do you like seeing how my garden's growing? Would you rather see more footage of the goats and the cats? The YouTube algorithm says y'all like the goats and the cats better, but I'm not trying to make money off this thing, so I would like it to be enjoyable though. So I'm going to go wash all my vegetables. I'll catch you guys later. There's an up close of today's haul. Come on, kids. It's bedtime. Come on. Come on, kids. Where's your sister? Oh, there she is. Come on, babes. Come on, let's go to bed. Come on, girls. Come on. Good girls. Come on, Ruby.